Hi guys, I'm David with Dance On, and I'm bringing you your weekly recap of So You Think You Can Dance Season 9. This week was So You Think You Can Dance's 200th episode, and also the announcement of Season 9's top 20 dancers. Also, they continued their trend of having really useless guest judges, namely Zooey Deschanel, who did not give one valuable piece of feedback the entire night. So, really funny, love her and her show, but dance critique, really? Also, Nigel announced that there are going to be 2 winners this season, a boy and a girl, and while I think it's cool to mix it up and whatever, and having 2 winners might be cool, I don't know if I'm a big fan of him saying that there will for sure be 1 boy and 1 girl. If it were just 2 winners, then there would be the option of it being 2 girls or 2 boys, or maybe it'll be 1 of each. But with the genders being set, I think it makes the show a lot less interesting this season and a lot less mysterious in that way. They announced them in their genre, which I thought was kind of cool. They announced all of the contemporary dancers, and then they announced the ballroom dancers, and then they, so on and so forth. And I think that it allows the viewers to identify the dancers more with their original style, because I know that I've gone through entire seasons of So You Think You Can Dance without even knowing what the dancer was trained in after having seen them done all this stuff. The first dance featured Alexa, Amber, George, and Will, and I honestly couldn't pay attention to anybody other than Alexa, because everything that was wrong with her face during Vegas week has magically been fixed, and she is so performance-oriented, and also her technique is beautiful. I think she's a superstar, and they're totally toting her to win with all of the screen time they're giving her and how much they're pushing her. I think that she is definitely a contender as I look at the top 20. They put through both ballroom girls, which was awesome because they're friends. I honestly don't know what they're doing having 2 ballroom girls that look exactly the same in the top 20, but it's cool that they're both on the show. And actually, the one that I liked, Whitney, who was giving a lot of face and performance energy, still was giving that performance energy, but she was very sloppy. And Lindsay, while not as much performance-oriented, technically was awesome. So I think it's a toss-up between the 2 of them at this point. I was very much Whitney, and now I don't really know. They then did a ballet number with a few of my favorite dancers, namely Eliana and Kian. I'm not a big fan of Daniel Baker. I think that he is very false in his performance, and it's very plastic smiley. The choreography actually was sort of silly, I thought. I know the choreographer is really good and stuff, but near the end when the music was very intense, the movement was very slow, and it just seemed kind of out of place. But still, Eliana and Kian are 2 amazing dancers, and I would love to just see them partner and do an amazing routine. I'm sure they will at some point. And also the Stacey Tukey routine was so wonderful, and I'm so obsessed with Matthew. I think that he has such vulnerability when he dances. And I know that I've said earlier that I have issues with Amelia's personality. I also have issues with her dancing. I don't know what's going on with her legs, but they're not straight. And I don't know if it's her fault or if it's just the fact that her legs don't straighten completely, but it is so annoying to me that they don't, there's just a little bit of wonkiness. The Christopher Scott routine was really fun, and I think it featured all of the dancers very balancedly, if that's a word. I am a big fan of Cyrus, even though he was so obviously sloppy some moments in the choreography. I just can't help but love him. I think that he has such a teachable spirit. I think that he's really going to get a lot out of the competition, so I'm excited to see him. And he's very good at what he does. He's very talented within his realm of dance. Travis Wall did a top 10 girls routine that was beautiful. Their costumes, the flowing dress skirt things, it was gorgeous. And I like that they put Alexa in the door at the end because she's just so clearly gonna be the winner. It was so obvious that they're touting her as the winner. And the Sonia Taya top 10 guys routine was just, I'm obsessed with Sonia Taya. I think she's such a great choreographer. I love her weird shoulder move things that she always does. The guys are so strong. So that was just a joy to watch. And the music she chooses is always so good, top notch, unknown. I want to download it the second I hear it. And then what better way to end the night than with a freaking Mia Michaels routine for the top 20. It was jaw-dropping. I couldn't even comment on it after I had seen it. My jaw was just on the floor. I'm so happy to have Mia Michaels back on the show. I missed her so much. She was one of my favorite choreographers back in the day, so I'm so happy that she's going to be involved. I hope that she's involved in a big way. They're taking the week off next week, but they will be back the following week with live shows, competing, and I am just bonkers excited for Season 9 live shows top 20. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye!